Well, hi, I'm Coach Todd with FeelGoodLife.com, where we teach people over 50 how to get healthy, pain-free joints. Today, I want to teach you 5 common posture mistakes that are destroying seniors' joints. Of course, it's really important to do exercises and stretching and different things for the health, but if you are doing something every day that damages a joint, well, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot, right? There's very little that you can do to improve your joint health if you're constantly berating it and doing things that are damaging it. So these are 5 common things that I see seniors doing on a regular basis that are harming them. And as always, if you enjoy our content, feel free to subscribe. You can hit that little alert button, that bell that will alarm you, or alert you rather, when we update our videos, so that you'll know exactly when we update our videos. But let's go ahead and get started, and so that you learn the 5 common mistakes that are destroying seniors' joints. The first mistake that I see is using arms to get out of your chair. Now, you might be getting out of a recliner or a stool or a chair, whatever you're using, and oftentimes over time muscle wasting occurs in the legs, and so people try to use their arms to get out of a chair, and that's damaging the joint, right? The joint, when you're coming up from a seated position and you're pushing your weight onto your joint to push up like this, it's your shoulder joint is not designed to take the weight from your body and put it into your shoulder. So it's really important to use proper body mechanics to stand up from a chair or your recliner. And you can go ahead and click here to see our sit to stand tutorial, so you can learn the ideal form for when you're standing up from a seated position. The second common mistake that I see is the businessman stretch or stance. What people do is, and this stretch is fine if you do it just as a normal stretch, but if you're seated like this for a long period of time, then problems can occur. And this is what it is, right? It's a very common position to sit in. And if you're seated like this for a long period of time, what happens is your lateral rotators in your side, your hip, start to shorten, right? Because right now they're in a shortened position, which if you're stretching your hip, that's perfectly fine as long as you come back to a normal position. But if you're seated for a long period of time, those muscles are shortening and they're atrophying. And so then when you get up to walk around or to stand up, then those muscles are still in that shortened position and will start to position things or pull things out of alignment. The third mistake that I often see is standing in a cross-legged position. Maybe you're at the store, you're waiting to check out in line, and you're reading a magazine and you're standing like this. So why is this bad? Well, there's fluid that travels in and out of your joints. And when you're standing in a locked position with all your weight, right now my weight is on my left leg and my left knee is locked. Well, that's degrading the fluid inside that joint. And your joints need proper fluid movement in and out of it to maintain good health. The fourth common mistake that I see is uneven sitting, and this is a big one, right? Most people do this, in fact, and it's really important to be aware of how you're seating. Maybe you're maybe sitting down rather. Maybe you're watching TV and you kind of plop down into your easy chair, and maybe you favor your right side, right? Right now I'm kind of leaning to my right hip. Well, your body and your eyes are designed to be parallel to the earth, right? You're not going to walk around like this and your brain just doesn't register things correctly. So it's going to want to shift your head upright so that you see in a horizontal plane. But what happens, so let's take this example of shifting your body over to your right side. Well, what will happen is your spine will start to position yourself towards that goal of being able to keep your eyes parallel. And so it shifts it over towards the left side. And then maybe it shifts too far. And then your neck, your cervical spine will shift things even further to make sure that your eyes are parallel. And now I'm over exaggerating a little bit. Maybe you can see this, maybe you can't, but my weight is my lumbar spine is shifting like this, my thoracic or the middle part of my spine is curving like this, and my cervical spine is shifting like this. So I'm cockeyed, and what that's doing is it's shortening and elongating the wrong muscles inside my spine, right? And you may think that sitting down is not that big of an issue, but it really is if you're sitting in the wrong posture. So you really want to make sure that you're aware of how you're sitting, and you want to be sitting in a neutral position. The last one, and I don't need to demonstrate it, but you might see people do this, is duck walking, right? It's their feet are pointed more outwards at a 45-degree angle, and they're walking down the road, they're walking toward the store. And the reason why you see that is that's often a result of, say, that businessman stretch, or sitting for long periods of time where your toes are pointed outwards, and that shorten things, right? It shortens the wrong muscles and ligaments and tendons inside your hip, and then what causes that is, well, your toes start to point outwards like a duck when you walk. So you really want to try to maintain your toes pointed forward. Now, if you try to do that too soon, right, that could cause pain. So if you have extreme duck walking, you might want to just try positioning your toes a little bit inward, and over time correct that so that your toes are pointed forward, because that's how your body is designed to take the pressure of your body and bring it down through your joints and into the ground underneath you. So those are 5 common posture mistakes that you can try to avoid in your daily life. As always, if you enjoy this video, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. Hit that bell so that you know when we release new videos. And this is Coach Todd with feelgoodlife.com, helping you live a healthy and pain-free and joint pain-free life.